So today we're actually smoking another penny cigar. Penny was nice enough to give us the Roosevelt Founders Maduro. Look at that pretty thing right there.
I'd like
Never
to
had
start
one of
this
these
podcast by saying to Roosevelt what it is, what it was, and what it shall be. Now to the weather.
Dang.
It's
Sorry,
foggy.
that's Walter Cronkite. Hot and shitty with the pissy weather from the south. Sorry,
so
it just felt normal. Throw it out there.
you felt like you just need to do it.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's fine.
Roosevelt thing.
That's fine. So, what do we think of light up on these babies?
It lit really well.
It did
Cut.
light really well.
Yeah, it cut really well. I think my only take on this, Jesus, double band's fucking huge.
Yeah, that man does use. But
It's okay.
I like that I could punch this one really well. It has a thick cap on it, so it punches really, really well.
I used a straight cut, and I used my my one with a back plate and had to cut it twice because the first cut just didn't do it. It's got some earthy flavors to kick off with, and that's as far as I've gotten. Is not even a quarter inch.
Well,
See how
I
it
mean,
goes.
first thoughts. For me, I'm kind of mirroring what Andy's saying. Like I was just saying, the punch is really good on this one because, like I said, it is a thick cap. So there's there's definite separation between where the tobacco starts and where the cap is. So it's a great for a punch. And then it does have some earthy flavors to it. I like it. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, pretty much jumping on the same things you guys are both saying. I get the earthiness. It's a little early to kind of get any kind of notes or anything like that, but yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just first thoughts. Robert, what do you think, buddy?
Cut well, it lit well. It's burning so far, nice and evenly. No complaints.
All right. And Zach, what about you, man?
Sorry, I was distracted by my dog. The dog is now inside, so I will smoke the cigar and give you an actual opinion. But so far, so good.
That sounds overrated. Just guess.
Fair enough.
Might I comment on this cigar for a moment?
Well, that's what I was going to say. About where are we at? But we're not halfway yet.
Not quite.
You are.
Getting there.
He's about half there.
One label down.
Well, do we want to go ahead and do the midway?
I felt like I didn't get to say something about the cigar because I was distracted previously, but I have opinions now.
Yeah, go ahead then. Yeah, go ahead.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. Like, it's not knocking my socks off, but it's like I would not be upset if I had another one in my humidor.
Well, all right.
My halfway, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Zach's saying, it's not the best cigar in the world, but it's not one of those that's one and done. If I found another one, I'd be like, hey, you know what? That's a decent choice. Let me grab that. It's definitely a medium smoke.
Currently,
yeah, I think it's probably going to turn to a full, probably by the end. Just because right now it's like a medium. It's like right there with you. It's meaty. So, yeah, I think by the end of it, it's going to be a little bit heavier. So probably a full by the end. How about you, Andy?
Yeah, it may be a full by the end. Pairs really well with the catfish, the black-eyed peas, and the mashed potatoes, and the Dr. Pepper cherry.
So it's a southern cigar.
It could be a southern cigar. But yeah, it's pretty earthy, honestly, to me, flavor-wise. So, I mean, it's good. It's smoking pretty well and fairly expediently, no less. So
Andy sees himself on the banks of the Mississippi, fishing out his catfish, cooking his black-eyed peas, and just getting ready for a good night.
Would you eat a catfish that you caught in the Mississippi?
No.
Hey, man, if I'm hungry enough.
It reminds me, I'm getting a little bit of crude oil and commerce.
Is that plastic? Whoa.
No, it's microplastic.
Oh, yeah.
And dirt. Lots of dirt.
Lots of dirt. How about you, Billy?
Yeah, it's been a really easy smoking cigar. Smooth, not like you said, not too heavy. I think Yeah, it'd be something I'd definitely smoke again. But like you guys said, it's not like it doesn't like hit you in the face with flavor, but it's good.
And Robert, what do you think, buddy? Robert thinks he's on mute and we're not talking to him. So let's just act like we're going to talk to him. Hey, Robert, what's going on, buddy?
That's true, Robert.
Robert, that was a great thing.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I totally agree that Robert is not paying attention to this podcast anymore, and he's just looking down at whatever he's looking down at. And he's on mute. So
Damn.
On top of that, he can't respond to us, and he's really in-depth in what he's looking at. I think he's actually playing a game of Tecmo Bowl. Is that what you're playing, Robert?
Robert, the old like handheld version, right?
Yeah, the old handheld version. So he's like, oh, touchdown. He looks up every once in a while. Are they looking at me? They're still talking, so I'm okay. I'm safe. I don't have to say anything right now because I can just check out. And what do you think, Robert?
Oh, shit.
He was having some technical difficulties before we got started. Is everything working, Robert?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
It's crunchy. It's tasty. Hey, yes. I hear Robert.
Hey.
Okay, I've got my AirPods dead. They died.
Okay.
They died. So I've got you turned down, but
We're sorry for your loss.
yeah, me too. Now I gotta go buy another pair. Damn it.
Oh,
But the
shit.
cigar's
Darn.
great.
Maybe charge them.
Yeah, they're charged.
What do you think about the cigar so far?
Cigar's good. It's staying consistent all the way through. Yeah, it's not the best I've ever had. It's not the worst I've ever had. So it's pretty good.
So far, it's like a middle of the road cigar,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing.
I will say it's
I gotta
got
be
a really
I gotta
good
be
draw,
honest.
and
Yeah.
the smoke output's really good.
It has no knocks against it. But last time we smoked one of my favorite cigars, and this is not my favorite cigar.
Yeah,
We got to draw the line
last week
somewhere.
was definitely a good
That's totally
cigar.
fair.
All right, how are we doing on the cigar?
I'm down the last third.
Yeah,
Billy and I are about the
All
same
right.
spot.
About the same.
I mean we still got more to go, so we can keep going.
I will say I think it has kicked it up in a notch, and it's a little bit better. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Again, company may be contributing.
I think it's kind of coming in onto its own a little bit more now. Yeah, you said the intensity's jacking up a little bit. Flavors are getting a little bit more pronounced. It's still kind of hard to pick up any kind of notes for me anyway, but yeah,
Catfish.
it's improving.
Catfish and black-eyed
Interesting.
peas.
Barbecue.
It tastes exactly like catfish.
This tastes like a charcuterie board.
Ooh, that's kind of grainy.
A cornucopia of flavor.
Yes, not the meat and cheese on top, but the board
It's the
itself.
board. So,
It's high in fiber. It's good for your colon.
Is that lacquer?
See, you can pull notes out, Billy. I'm proud of you.
Yep.
All right, now I think it's time to review these babies.
Is it?
For me, it is.
I think we're ready.
yeah,
I think
go ahead.
we're ready.
Kick it.
All right, for mine, it definitely kicked up a notch toward the end, like I was expecting it to. It became a more full cigar and a more delightful cigar. It did have some, no film in my mouth, so that, of course, great. But it did have more of a taste to it, but I can't place where that taste is. I do go with it does have an earthy taste to it, but I'm not getting like leather or cedar or anything else out of it. But if I was going to score it, it's definitely going to be higher than what it was starting off at. Probably a 3.75. A little bit lower than a 4. It's not one that I would seek out, but it is one of those, if I saw it in the store, I'd probably pick it up because I'm like, okay, I know what that tastes like and I know it's good and I know I'll relax because I have started to relax with this one. So yeah, 3.75. How about you, Andy?
Nice.
Mine's getting a little hot here at the end, but other than that, yeah, when it started out, I'm with you. When it started out, I didn't know that I didn't think this was going to get to be, full bodied and full flavored. And it hit that point right halfway, maybe just past halfway. It started to really pick up. It got a more complex profile to it. Still really earthy to me. The pepper and the catfish breading kind of helped out. It bounced pretty well, just say.
Good.
It went well with my lunch. Yeah, I think on a 1 to 5, I'm gonna give it a 4. I like Foundation cigars in their blends. So
I haven't had experience with too many Foundation cigars, so this
Founders
may be
or
one.
Foundation.
I think it's Founders.
Right?
I was going to say, I don't think this is Foundation.
Yeah,
This
Founders
is Foundation,
yeah.
so I apologize.
Founders.
I've only
Founders
had
I
maybe.
had a whole lot.
I've only had one, maybe another Founders, but the same thing with Foundation. I don't know if I actually had a Foundation cigar at all, but a Founders cigar. I think I've had one in the past. It's about on par with of that one, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head at the moment. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. Billy, how about you, buddy?
I'm pretty much like you guys. As it started out, I mean, I probably would have ended up giving this like a 3.5. You know, just because the flavors weren't really quite there. I mean, it was just very mild, like kind of one note type of cigar. But as it started to burn down, you got a little more complexity and a little bit more richness to the flavors. But yeah, I would say that I'm trying to pick up some, you know, earthiness is a good description. I'm trying to pick up something else, and I'm thinking, I don't know if it's like cocoa, like not sweet cocoa, but somewhere along that flavor profile. I'm kind of picking up maybe a little bit, but I think I would agree with a 4 overall.
Nice.
What did you give it, Andy? Did you rate it? You gave it 4? Okay. Robert, how about you, buddy?
I'm going to go with 3.75. It was good. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't the best I've ever had. Well, it definitely wasn't the worst. Again, still developing the flavor palette thing. I am tasting pepper, but outside of that, I mean, it burned evenly. Smoked great, even with all my technical difficulties. And yeah, I mean, I'd grab another one.
Fair enough. And Zach.
So, yeah, it definitely developed well. I'm getting a little bit of pepperiness towards the end, which I'm a fan. And it's not knocking my socks off as far as like flavor, but it's really enjoyable. I feel like I'm gonna give it a 3.5, because I feel like it's slightly better than like average premium cigar, but not too far towards my preference. But it's really like like you were saying, or all of you were saying, where if you saw it and you knew you wanted a cigar that was pretty good, I would pick it.
Yeah.
So I like it. And I want to caveat that with like a 3 is still a fucking good cigar.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's not on my desert island. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Shout out to Hector.
Shout out to Hector.